So in last video we discussed about the motility in bacteria. It was like a basic intro. So today we are going with the types of movement, like type of motility in bacteria. A basic intro of this was even done. So we have three types. We are going with the first one right now. So the first type which you'll see will be flagellar movement. Flagellar movement, which is in bacillus. And you will also see like they are spiral shaped, and they have vibrio. And you will also see a lot of types of even this part. So they have a movement that's called like clockwise, also anti-clockwise, spinning, and like moving. And they have helical. Okay, yes, when they spin they form a helical waves. And helical waves are produced when they are if they are in water. So they produce water, like they propel waters. That's because they produce waves like that, which are helical waves. So they make them move in water. And that we have a lot of types. On the basic of number of flagella, we have classified few other classification of this flagellar bacteria. So I'm writing few other classification. Few other. So the first type which you'll see would be a triocos. This is like simply when there's no flagella, or bacteria without flagella is called as this one, atriocos. This is simply like a figure with no flagella. It's like I'm making a round like a structure, no flagella. The second type which you'll see would be monotrichous. monotrichous so this word mono simply means one, trichous is like movement. So this is a middle part, and you'll see one flagella. So this is called monotrichous. In this monotrichous, and yes, this monotrichous is also called as unipolar. Then again, in this monotrichous, like similar to that, we have another which is called as bipolar monotrichous. Here mono means one, bi means two. So this means one bacteria, like middle part here, and you'll see one here and one there. So that's called as bipolar monotrichous. I'm sure it's clear. Then we have another classification which is called as lopotrichous. This movement is like a cluster. A cluster simply means a lot of like these type of structure present on one side, that's called as lopotrichous. Then we have another type which is like a confusion sometimes. So what that is we have another type which is called as amphi wait sorry that is amphiphototrichous. This is like a movement present on both sides with only few types, and in book which is written, that's called as amphitrichous. In this, like a few are present on all sides. Here you'll see cluster which is present, cluster on a lot of sides like these. Okay, then we have another last type of this classification, that's called as peritrichous. This peritrichous is like bacteria which is surrounded by flagella. Even this, you cannot see this bacteria properly, but yes, this would be covered with flagella. It's like a continuous flagella on their structure, like very banded or something like this. You can now look, you cannot see it properly. That type of movement is called as peritrichous. And I forgot to tell you one more thing. It's like when you see word the flagella, this in biology, this also called as trichus. spirotrichus, and when you see non-flagella, that's called as atrichus. Atrichus. Okay, I'm sure it's clear to you. Then we have, of course, this is not like ended. We have few other movements. This was only the one movement. Okay, sorry. Oh my god. So we have another type, which is, so this is second movement. The second movement is called as spirochaetal. This movement happens with the spirochaetes, and oh god, spirochaetes, they are like, they don't have flagella, no flagella, but they are the most flexible, motile type, because if there's no flagella, so they are very easy to move, flexible and free moving. They can like spin, grind, creeping, a lot of movement can happen in this one. And they have cells, that cells seems like they make flagella like structure, but they exactly are not flagella. They make like a structure, flagella like structure, that called as, that flagella like structure have so many names. First would be periplasmic flagella, second would be endoflagella, another name could be axial fibrils. So you see, like, we have so many names here. So this is about second movement. The third one which we have is glinding movement. This one type would be seen in mostly in cyanobacteria. The best example would be cyanobacteria, and they also have mycoplasm. Mycoplasm, it's like no cell will present, and this mycoplasm also shows grinding movement. This also help in substratium, wood, bark, shell like structure, wood, bark, shell like present. And they have another type of reproduction. They secrete slime. Oh, I've reached to the limit of these notes. Well, I'm just winding up. They secrete slime while they reproduce. With the head, they attach substratium with their structure, and no organelles are associated with this movement. It's like no organelles associated with this movement. So I'm sure it's clear to you. We are done with the flagella movement, all type of movements. We'll do structure of bacteria, flagellum, or a lot of things after that. Till that, thank you for watching. Bye bye.